Am I even recording if you don't hear my dogs? That's it.
That's it?
I hope so.
I'm out.
Hi guys, I am finally back. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with it. Oh, no, I'm kidding. It's been a hot minute. Lots have been going on in my life. I can't believe it's been a month, but let's just jump right into everything that's been going on. So first off, I broke my hard drive with everything on it, anything and everything that I've ever worked on. And I had my hard drive on top of my Mac and it slid off, it disconnected from the cord and fell, hit hard. And it wasn't one of those like rugged hard drives. And every single person on YouTube says get a rugged hard drive. They're more expensive. I mean, they're like $30 more, and I really thought it'll be fine. Well, clearly I should have listened, and I actually have to now take my hard drive in to see if I can retrieve any of that footage. So that's been really depressing. I should have just posted them because now they're possibly gone. And really and truly, considering I just started on YouTube, there's really nothing wrong with them. I was just being overly critical of myself, and now I really understand when people are like, just post it. I should have just posted it. If I had just done so and my hard drive broke, then it is what it is. Maybe I wouldn't have my original footage, but it would at least be on YouTube. There are probably 3 to 5 videos that could possibly be gone forever. And even the raw files, they're gone. So I can't even say, well, I'll just edit them again and then upload them. I don't have it. So that was a very, very hard pill to swallow. So right after, maybe a week or so later, my husband was laid off from his job. He is in the creative field, I guess you could say, and the company that he worked for was going to be purchased. We knew that. That wasn't a surprise to us. And we figured, okay, well, once the paperwork is signed by the higher ups, if they are going to let people go, even though they said that they weren't, they were going to bring everyone over to the new company. He would have at least like 2 to 3 months. That's usually the transition period. It took place that morning, and then an hour later, they had a company meeting and they let go of everyone. I would say they let go of like 95% of their staff. That was around like 9:30 in the morning, and he kind of signals to me like, yeah, it's, and I'm like, yeah, right, whatever, like, you're joking. And he's like, no, like, and I see it in his face, he's like, no. He usually had like a meeting every morning with like the same 2-3 people, but this was like everyone. So I knew that he was being serious. The layoff itself wasn't so devastating to us. It was really like the terms. Like, he's been working there quite a few years. There was no severance. It did happen on a Tuesday. They didn't pay him for the rest of the week. They didn't even pay him for the day that he was fired. I've never been laid off, so I don't know if that's normal or not. But from what I hear from other friends, that is pretty cutthroat. We thought, okay, we have like 60 to 90 days to get his portfolio together, maybe start looking here and there, what have you. But no, same day, everyone was laid off. In terms of what's happening now with that, my husband did start a real estate / architectural photography business some time ago. So now he's really just trying to figure out, like, does he go full steam ahead with his photography business while also freelancing? Does he go back full time into the kind of corporate creative world that he was in? So he has a lot of decisions to make. I can't tell him what to do. I'm going to be supportive. I can only give my opinion. But, you know, I also want him to be happy in his career. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. But if you're in North Jersey and you're a realtor, or you just renovated your home and you want pictures taken, then let me know. I can send him your way. How do I feel about all of that though? Because I say that because that's also part of why I've just been away. I kind of just felt this overwhelming like pressure. And I really need to like work out what that was. I think I just felt scared. Even though there was no reason to really be scared, I just felt scared. And like I said, I've never been without a job ever. I started working when I was like 15 or 16. And now having, 4 kids between the two of us, dogs and a mortgage and a car payment, all this stuff, I think it's maybe just normal to feel concerned. It was just a lot. And I think I just was like overthinking myself into a depression. And even though I was telling my husband, like, we're fine, we're even telling the kids, like, we're fine, don't worry, we're just letting you know, like, this is the situation. It just kind of all imploded. But I will say that it also made me realize how amazing our little village is. And I've talked about it in other videos, but a lot of the times, I feel really isolated because I just don't see my friends the way I used to anymore. But with the layoff happening and telling our friends and family and people calling us, asking for his resume or his portfolio, or putting him in touch with realtors so that he can, or letting him shoot their home so he can build up his portfolio even more, like just things like that. I got my period today, so I don't want to cry. I'm not much of a crier, but because the hormones are just like hormoning right now, like I will probably be sobbing by the end of this video. You really don't realize who has your back until your back is up against the wall and you realize like, oh, they're there, YouTube and looking at yourself for hours on end is not easy by any means. I definitely have been extremely overcritical of myself, and I need to break out of that. And I'm going to start investing in myself more. And I'm going to take you along for that journey as well. I will be on the hunt for a therapist. I do have a few, probably like a good handful in mind right now. So now I'm at the point where I do have to reach out to them, set up a consultation. But it is important for me to start speaking with someone because I got a lot going on up here and I need to just sort of work that out with someone. I do want to start going out more as well. I've been pretty isolated from my friends post-pandemic. It's really no one's fault. I've had friends move away. I've had friends get married, have babies, have twins. I even have a friend now who has 2 under 2. So a lot's happened in 3.5 years with me and my girlfriends. So I will be going out more. So you'll be getting that as well, that content. I'm really excited for you to see. And as long as my friends are willing to be on camera, you'll get to see them and our crazy ways. I can admit that I'm not the happiest with where I am weight wise. When I had my first son 16 years ago, I was maybe 115, 120 when I had him. I gained 40 pounds with him. I lost 30. So I tapped out, maybe by the time he was like 2, I tapped out in the 130, 135 range. And I actually liked how I looked. It gave me a bit more shape. And so I was good there. And then life happens, depression happens, traumatic things happen, love happens, being in lockdown for 1.5 years happens, and it's 5 pounds, and then it's 10 pounds, and then it's 30 pounds, and then all of a sudden you get on the scale and you're 175 pounds and pregnant and having to really, I mean, my doctor didn't tell me this, but I was really worried about how much weight I was going to gain with the second pregnancy. And that's not a good way to live. And that doesn't mean that being curvier or plus size or whatever you want to. So I don't want things to get misconstrued, right? So it's one thing to be curvy or plus size and you're happy and you feel confident. I don't feel comfortable or confident at this weight. That's the issue. That doesn't mean that I can't ever be, but 50 pounds is a lot. Also, I'm only 4'11". Carrying around this much weight has been horrible for my body. My back is always on fire. My knees are getting swollen now. Just carrying around so much on such a short frame is not good. And I want to be in a place in my life where I'm not afraid to take pictures with my friends. I'm not afraid to post on Instagram full body shots. That takes a toll on you if every time you're like, I haven't worn a tank top out in a very long time because I hate how my arms look. I'm just giving away all my insecurities and all my secrets here, but this is part of the journey. And part of my weekly vlogs are going to include where I'm at. I am not stepping on that scale every day. I don't want to have like a mental breakdown doing that. I've done that in the past. It is not good for me. I mean, it's not good for anyone, to be quite honest, but definitely not for me. And my goal right now is to be happy with where I am physically. That's not a number. That when I am 40, that gives me a year and a half, which is a long time. When I turn 40, I am comfortable and confident in my body in every way. So it's gonna be a while. Hopefully you're in it for the long haul. So you're not gonna see me make videos of like how much weight can I lose in 30 days. That's not gonna be me. This is more of a lifestyle change. So you'll get to see videos of me making certain meals or smarter choices when I am out, etc. But you get the deal. And one way I started doing that was, saying to myself that, not that I wasn't taking this seriously by any means, but we're going full steam ahead, like for real. Like I had my moment. I was, wanting to just cry it out and be in my depressive mode, and here we are. It's time to move forward. And one of the ways that I decided to invest in myself was to get a new camera, and I'm actually going to call a special guest up here to help me. If you look at my first maybe 2 or 3 videos, I was using the Canon M50. This is the Mark 1. My husband helped me a lot with deciding what camera to use, because that's also his field, as you know. And after looking at many cameras, we decided to go with the Sony ZV-E10. And I swear the only way I can remember it is to think of like E40, because I've had to ask him a million times, what's the name of it? What's the name of it? And it's ZV-E10. And he is actually here with me. Surprise, surprise. My like special behind the scenes guest. Because I'll be honest, I am new at this whole like YouTube thing and camera thing, and I'm still learning. And now this is going to be a third camera that I try to learn. But he knows much more about it. So there's a big difference between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2, correct?
Yes.
Really? Just yes? Okay.
Yes, there's a big difference.
Okay. He uses a Sony camera. That's what I'm using right now. It is the Sony A7 IV. Yes, I remember it. See, A7 IV. I do not recommend this camera for anyone starting off. It's a lot of camera. It's a big camera. It's a very expensive camera, and it is not for someone who wants to vlog, or I would even say YouTube. And I'm gonna do a whole unboxing video. This is more like a sneak peek, but if you want to see by comparison, Canon, and here's the ZV. So they are smaller. I mean, they feel similar in weight, but this is definitely more. The ZV E10 feels a lot smaller. There we go.
And then because I have a Sony, if you wanted to do dual shots, the color science will match better from Sony to Sony than from Canon to Sony. Files will be similar to work with, and the color science, like I mentioned, will be similar to work with. The Canon M50 Mark II is a good camera.
Yeah, I see a lot of folks with that camera.
It is a good camera.
Yeah.
But I would argue that the ZV-E10 is just as good. They both have their pluses and minuses. And you can get good content with either one. But since we are already in the Sony ecosystem, I thought it'd be easier to stick with Sony ecosystem. Neither one of those cameras has something that's a deal breaker for the other one, like, or vice versa, whatever.
Right.
So that's the direction I thought we should go.
That's it.
That's it.
I hope so.
I'm out.
Here, now you gotta go sell it. Oh, that's right. So we are going to sell this camera to offset the price of the E40. No, okay, the ZV E10.
Okay.
Okay, so you got to kind of sort of meet my husband a little bit. So, oh, speaking of investing, I can film inside my closet. So it's not the biggest closet in the world, but I'll be able to sit in here with you guys. So today we're actually going to Lowell's to get, because my lights in here blue, get new lights. And I also got one of those like small square lights that you can put on your camera or on your iPhone. So I could sit in here at night, because we room share with the baby. The teens have their own room, but the baby's in here with us. I'll be able to do that without waking him up. So my husband, when I was telling him the idea for the future of my channel and what kind of content I want to put out there, he's like, okay, so what about the makeup? I'm like, the makeup will always be at the center of my channel. Makeup for me is extremely therapeutic. Just from looking at it, cleaning my makeup, putting it on, it brings me so much joy. So I will still have hauls, there will still be reviews, and we most definitely will have makeup sessions together. And so there are certain topics that I want to talk with you guys about while doing my makeup, like being married and having to sit 10 feet away from each other for 3.5 years because you both now work from home and you share an office space together in your house. How does that work? Because as you can imagine, sitting 8 to 10 feet away from your partner every single day can be very intense. Dating as a single mother can be very intense. So we're going to talk about a ton of things. So if you enjoy getting into deep conversations over makeup, then I'm your girl. From here on out, you're getting that commitment from me. I think I just needed, with everything going on, a break. I needed to recharge, re-energize. So until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.